from the gentle city of Kazan in Russia.
Okay, let's go. Do you speak English? Oh, yeah. Oh, все. Хорошо? Сейчас, если ты будешь, то будет.
Все по делу.
So what happened? Well, I'm very lucky to have a student actually from this precise town in Russia. So she was able to tell me that the bus announcement goes from Tatar to Russian, which only happens in Kazan, apparently. So she was able to tell me exactly what happens here. The bigger guy says, let's go in English, and that seems to have been part of a larger exchange. So what he means is, let's go and get off the bus and fight. He leans into the smaller guy's face and he says to him, that all? Good? In Russian. To which point the smaller guy goes, do you want trouble? Again in Russian. And the larger guy goes, you fucker are gonna fly off this bus. And then the little guy just decides to just run him over. Absolutely clinically crushes him. Loads of lessons for us here as self-defense students, loads of them, because it is a self-defense situation. So it's not a duel. It's not a duel because it's happening in an enclosed space. So it's a bus with no space in it. The smaller guy cannot actually evade. He can't avoid, prevent, and de-escalate by physically moving away. The larger guy, well, he's larger. So there's a force disparity. There's a disparity in threat. And that makes going first more justifiable. He's also possibly intoxicated. So that makes him harder to reason with. Again, that makes going first more justifiable. When he leans in and he says to him, you're going to fly off this bus. Now, I don't know the rules in Kazan. Apparently, it's like the Wild West. But in England and Wales, that's assault, which means putting someone in fear of imminent violence. What that means is if I can't avoid, prevent, escape, de-escalate, well, I'm allowed to respond with an assault of my own, and possibly with a level of violence above that, so it would be reasonable and proportionate, right? And that force is battery, so battery is unwanted touching, and that's exactly what happens here, yeah? He gives him the unwanted touching of his life. So it's a fast flurry of 3 and an entry. Let's have a look at that flurry again. I want to talk about it. So from the hand speed, we can see that this kid probably has had training. From the accuracy, you can see he hits him right on the button, so the jaw swings side to side. Forward pressure. Yeah, so this guy almost certainly is some kind of boxer. If you have a look at him just before he throws the shots, he takes a couple of deep breaths to try and sort of state manage himself and get himself under control before he goes. This kid is almost certainly a trained fighter. And what I want to emphasize about what he does here today is the power of preemption, the power of going first. If we're legally justified in going first, which we are in England and Wales, we want to go first. The moment this guy had the justification, he went first and he went with the most, yeah? And when you do that, there should be no chance for the other person to do something in return, which is exactly what happens here. You just go hard and send the other person into the shadow realm, right? If I could find some fault, if I could make some criticism, I think when the big guy's getting in his face, he should have had hands up. The guy should have had hands up, so either in some kind of fence or some kind of Jack Benny pose where the hand is high up here. Because if the big guy decided to take a swing at him, having the low hands is not going to be good enough in taking preemptive, covering protective action. But, you know, how can I find fault? This kid was amazing. Peace.